What it do? It is I, it is me, it is your boy. E to the R to the I to the C. And this right here is the after work / trap chronicles. I think the one is So I'm gonna make sure I said this morning. That was a ride to work. But yeah, this is the after work / trap chronicles. I'm telling y'all, man. If y'all are looking at me and being like, bro, I just saw you in that shirt. I'm telling y'all, this is the shirt that I got from the startup gig. And because I got from the startup gig, I wear them a lot, especially when you're working remote. When you're working remote, it's like I really don't have anybody to press. And when I am on camera, I can wear this because I'm at my house. I'm not meeting with a client. So it works out. That's why I like working remote. When I'm working remote, this is what I can wear because there's no issues, no problems. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to be dressed up. I can just be sitting out here wearing this. You know what I mean? Because that's what you do when you work remote. You don't have to trip about anything. And then Tim jumped in. Whole bunch of craziness. My job just be all over the place. They be demanding stuff. Underpaid, overworked, underpaid. It'd be different if you was getting paid. More. Then it would be like, alright, you're underpaid and overworked. You just be like, it'd just be constantly just. You know when people be having those jobs where it'd be like, hey, can you simultaneously work all these different gigs at the same time? And then, yep, that's exactly what I be doing. Working 9 different gigs at the same time, different time schedule. Only difference is, hopefully with those gigs, they actually have stuff they explain to you. Because even like I told y'all earlier today, I'm still going through it. Even if now the day is pretty much over with, I'm still dealing with emails. There's people working late, sending stuff. Hey, what's the deal with this? What's the deal with that? What are we doing? And that brings me to my next topic. They said the grass ain't always green on the other side. Well, sometimes with some positions it can be greener, and it's best to try your luck because it can't get no worse than what you're doing, especially if you're getting paid more. But if you believe in the Lord, you trust in the Lord, you pray to the Lord, and you know the Lord's going to bless you, and you've been praying, asking the Lord for a certain thing, the Lord will give you what you've been asking for. So the grass will be greener on the other side for you, and you don't have to worry about that. So the grass will be greener on the other side, and you won't have to worry about that. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting process, an interesting thought that I always think. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, like today I was really dealing with all that stuff. It was just like, once again this, once again that, once again, just be like I had told my coworker, I was like, where's my supervisor, man? I asked him for assistance. He ghosted me. He started sending all this stuff to me, and then I tell him like, hey, that's not working for me. Didn't even really respond. Didn't even try to give me no help. He was just like, it is what it is. That's not a good leader, bro. That's not a good leader. It's not a good leader. So now I gotta go, because yesterday he didn't really help me like I asked him to. So now I gotta go find people that can help me with this situation, because he ain't helping me. That's why I said, man, like I said this morning, and I said to y'all this morning, and I said to y'all again, because I still had to deal with this. Even at the end of the day, you know, I was able to figure out some of the stuff I had to do earlier today. But even going into Monday, I still have stuff that I'm gonna have to do and figure out, because he didn't help me out. So now it's pushed me back, because he's gonna be out on Monday as well too. So it's just one of them type of situations where it's like, this is why I told y'all this morning, it's best to get you a good manager. And if you're gonna have your business, make sure that your business is making sure that your manager is about teaching, helping, encouraging. because that type of stuff matters nowadays. The days of you just figure it out are long gone. Because people would just get up and leave. Even with everything going on, people will continue to keep buying their time and then dip. Because nobody got time for that, bro. No one has time for you to be feeling like you don't want to teach somebody, but you want to accept manager pay, but don't want to do manager responsibilities to help when you need to. Especially when people aren't really asking you for help, and then when they do ask you for help, you ghost. So, yeah, man. Once again, crazy. But as I progress more and more on, I've come to start realizing lately now, though, is this. You really gotta. I always hear people say the mentality of it's all about me, or I gotta do me, and sometimes they always wonder, be like, is it really all about me? But now I understand why a lot of people say like that, because depending on how your situation is, especially if you're in corporate America, you can really feel like that because you feel like you've given so much for other people or done so much for other people, but no one's looked out for you. Whether you were in corporate America, a regular job, relationships, friends, family, whoever, you always got to make sure you take care of your mental health and everything, even if it means cutting other people off or not responding to them. Because I've had people cut me off, block me, which is really weird. But like I said, like they always say, somebody's the villain in everybody's story. Everyone's not always the optimist or the good guy in everybody's story. You're the bad guy in someone's story. And I wonder how many stories I'm the bad guy in. I wonder about that. Because me, honestly, I try not to be the bad guy at all. I try not to be the bad guy at all. You know what I'm saying? To be perfectly honest with you. But it don't always work that way. Some people gonna look at you the bad guy if they don't get their way. Some people gonna look at you the bad guy if you treat them a certain way. So you have to ask yourself, are you willing to be the bad guy in someone's story? If it means you having a good mental health, if it means you being able to feel better about yourself at night, sleep better at night, be able to go on with your life, knowing that you'll be able to do what you got to do. Me personally, I don't want to be the bad guy in no one's story. I don't ever want to be mean to anybody. I don't ever want to be hurtful to anybody. I don't ever want nobody to feel like, hey, Eric did me dirty to uprise himself or to elevate himself. I don't want to be that type of person. But I do know that sometimes you have to sometimes be the bad guy, especially when it comes to maybe jobs. When it comes to jobs, don't really care. Because at the end of the day, they gonna cut you loose, let you go, do whatever, just because they're gonna think about profit and saving themselves. You don't own it, so they'll let you go. But when it comes to like people, friends, I don't want to be the bad guy with them, especially if I can avoid it. If I can avoid it by talking to you, letting you know the situation, letting you know, hey, this ain't working for me, or letting you know, like, this is how I feel, or this is where my mindset is, or what can we come to a conclusion, and I'm okay with that. If I do all that stuff and do everything I can do to make amends, and you still don't want to make amends with me, then that's the problem that I have. That's the problem I have, because I'm trying, but you're not trying to try. And if you feel so much hate or anger or resentment towards me, that after years and years that you don't want to make amends with me, and you don't want to clear the air and get things right, then I don't know what else I can really do. All I can really do is try to clear things. All I can really do is try to make sure that we speak, get everything out the way, apologize, all that good stuff. Because you would think, because there were some people lately, I went back, apologized to him, was like, hey man, back when I was in school or a little bit afterwards, said some things I shouldn't have, did some things to you I shouldn't have, and I just want to apologize for that. And then we talked about it, they forgave me for things they've done, and then we moved on, and it was good, because we discussed it, we talked about it. But then there are some people who are just like, nope. You try to talk to them, you try to discuss the situation at hand, you try to discuss how, this was all just a big mistake, you don't want it to be like that, and they ain't trying to hear you at all. Crap. And they ain't trying to hear you at all. They have a mindset of, it is what it is, I'm blocking you, I'm keeping you blocked, all that. And at the same time, though, it's like, it just sucks. And the reason it sucks is because you're trying to. It sucks because you want to make amends, and you don't want all this to still be on anybody, or even on you, or how you feel about a situation. And you want to just kind of move on and be like, get some closure to the situation. But everybody don't want closure, and everybody is not willing to, make amends or, hear you out. They just want to continue to be mad at you, whatever it means. I've had people like that. I've had people like, yo, bro, nah, it is what it is, bro. You do you. And if I see you, and if I do, all right, man. All right, bro. People like that. I've had people say that to me. But me personally, I'm not trying to have no bad, ill will intentions towards anybody, hold no malice feelings towards anybody, or keep up those type of feelings of resentment or anger and things like that. I really want to just come to an understanding and be like, look, at the time, this is how I felt. At the time, this is how you felt, and this is why I did what I did, and this is a reason as to why everything shaked out and why everything played like that. So I just think we have to realize that, whoever you may wronged, or whoever may wronged you, now is the time now to kind of get things right and make sure you either make amends, or if you don't want to make amends, tell them why you don't want to make amends, or tell them what they've done to bother you, especially if it still bothers you to this day. If it still bothers you to this day, let them know why it still bothers you to this day. Let them know why it bothers you, and let them know what your mind is and how you feel about the situation. Because you thinking about something every day, or having it bother your mind, or having it be constantly on your mind, but you never say nothing, never helps the situation. A situation only gets solved if you speak up, say something, or address it. If you don't speak up, address it, or say anything, then it's constantly going to be on your mind. That's if it bothers you. I'm that type of person. If someone's bothering me, if somebody did, I'm just going to go say something to them. It is what it is. But at the same time, some people may get bothered by somebody, be nervous to say something, or they'll just continue just to harp on it. Or you may have went to therapy, you talked it out, and it's a sensitive subject that you don't want to open up no more. And I understand that too. If that's the situation and it's a sensitive subject that you don't want to open up no more, that's no problem at all. You are, how do I say it? You have the right to how you want to treat the situation. But if the situation is something that you think about, bothers you, on your mind, you need to say something. You need to address it. Because if you don't, then it's constantly going to be something that's going to constantly be harboring in you and make you be angry at that person, have resentment. Because sometimes people be having resentment of other people, and that person you have resentment in is out there living their life carefree with no issues in the world, not thinking nothing of it, not knowing that they did something that bothered you. Until you say something, they be like, dang, bro, my bad, bro. I'm sorry about that. That's how I think about things. So, when we have that type of mindset of understanding that we address it and that it can't be fixed, then we know that, this is something that I can do in life. And I think a lot of times that boils down to people not having the ability to want to deal with confrontation. Some people don't want to deal with confrontation because they feel like it's uneasy for them, it's uncomfortable for them, and they don't want to say nothing to somebody because they don't want them mad at them, they don't want them to get them riled up. Me personally, I don't really care, bro. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Confrontation is what it is. Confrontation. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And like they say all the time, you gotta have a certain energy with certain people. Certain people you gotta have a certain energy with them. And other people you have different energy with. But at the end of the day, you just can't be afraid of what happens with the confrontation. If the confrontation comes your way, you need to be prepared for what it is, and you need to always be prepared for it to go there, regardless of the situation. So, but yeah, man, let me go ahead and go. This is First Lady. But remember, be intentional, be meticulous. Be intentional what you want. Be meticulous about how you're gonna go get it. And remember, keep living your life, because if you don't, your life is not going to live you.